Guys, how have you all been? So I am here with the second part of my video series on how to know when your divine masculine is awakening, what signs you get, on the numerology aspect, which is a very popular series in the twin flame community. uh, so today I'm going to talk about I have made a previous video. It's rather long, but it is interesting. uh, I spoke about in the previous video, I spoke about number 96 and number 969. Okay, but today I'm going to speak about 69, 696, 369, and also little portions that I missed out on 969. Alright, so there are one or two things I missed out to cover in the previous video, so I'll cover it in today's video. Okay, so first let's just talk about the number 9. Alright, so actually the number 9 is a number of completion as in karmic completion. Okay, and it is also the number of life purpose. Okay, now they say 1 is the number of life purpose. Yes, 1 is the number of the sun, but 9 is rather a number of completion. So if you're done with your karma, what do? Okay, like there are no psychic vampires draining your energy anymore. You're not attached to the polarity matrix. So what do you do with all this energy? Okay, what do you do with all this energy is you work on your purpose. Okay, so for this reason 9 is the number of purpose. Okay, so I just covered number 9. Now we come to number 69. So 69 is actually a number of the divine feminine. Okay, it's the number of Shakti, the goddess. Okay, and 69 is also talking about balance. Okay, it's a number of balance. So normally in social culture, especially in the West, 69 has a certain meaning when it comes to sexuality, but I'm going to use that to talk about something else. See, in the normal 3D sexuality, what happens is 6 and 9, the female and the male. Okay, so we seek completion outside. Okay, so 6 is seeking completion with 9 and 9 is seeking completion with 6. So what it denotes is it denotes polarity, and it denotes third dimensional sex, and it denotes polarity imbalance. Basically, it denotes codependency. So 69 is a number of 3D sex. It is a number of polarity, 3D matrix. It is also a number of the feminine energy, but basically it is a number of imbalance. Okay, it means you're seeking balance externally through another person. It denotes working on your codependency issues. So basically, when you work on your codependency issues, then you start seeing the number 96. So when you are seeing the number 96, it means you are working on your codependency issues, are coming into balance. So 69, whenever you see 69, it's a reminder that you have to focus on balancing your energy. Okay, and there is a stage in the twin flame journey when you start seeing 69 and 96 very often, because that is a phase that you go through. It could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 months, 6 months. It depends on how much karma you're carrying. Okay, how many blockages you're carrying in your chakras, it depends on that. So 69 basically means, in simple words, focus on balancing your energy. If you are a divine feminine, you have to focus on balancing your masculine energies. If you are a divine masculine, you have to focus on balancing your feminine energies. Okay, so that's what 69 means. Okay, then we come to the number 696. Okay, now 696 means you have reached a balanced state. Okay, after going through that 69 96 phase, you come to a phase where you start seeing 96 continuously, and then the next shift happens is 696. 696 basically means you have stabilized in the fifth dimension. It's a number of stability. It's like Okay, now you're grounded in 5D, okay, meaning your inner masculine from a third dimensional polarized masculine has turned into a balanced masculine. So you're grounded, you're stable in 5D, okay, that is what 696 means, okay. So the universe is telling you that okay, now you are balanced, keep maintaining this balance, okay. So this is 696. 696 is also the number of the third eye balancing, okay. Now I'm not talking about third eye awakening, okay. There is a difference between third eye activation, that is the third eye awakening, and third eye balance. Balance is when the third eye is fully balanced, okay. uh, Activation is when you start seeing 96, okay. So when you come into the frequency of 96, okay, that's when your ida pingala are balanced and your third eye is activated, okay. I mean, it's not balanced, but it's going through that balance process, releasing the blockages process, and your third eye is activated at that stage when you start seeing the number 96. But when you start seeing the number 696, okay, it means you have reached that balance of the third eye, okay. So it means you're stable in the fifth dimension, it means your third eye is balanced. And another most important part that I want to talk about regarding 696 is it denotes the soul merge, okay. Now when somebody uses the term soul merge, the first thing that comes into my mind is Rahu and Ketu, okay. Now Rahu and Ketu actually symbolize twin flames, okay. It is the name of a demon, that is true, but Rahu Ketu are also used to symbolize twin flames. Remember that in astrology. In astrology, Rahu Ketu are seen as outcasts, they are seen as demons who interfered with the devas, but Rahu Ketu can also be seen as entities that are outside this 3D matrix, okay. Now which entities are outside this 3D matrix? One is the demons that are living on the lower astral plane, and one is the higher angels, okay, the ascended beings. So Rahu Ketu symbolize both, okay. If there is strong Rahu in someone's chart, doesn't mean that person is a demon or a asura or what they say in astrology. They use a term, right? They use a term. Anyway, I'm not getting that term now. But Rahu Ketu are used to symbolize the Devas as well as the Asuras in a 3D astrology chart. But you have to see your subject, who you're dealing with, and the patterns of this person to judge whether they are a Deva or an Asura. Okay. So, soul merge. Yeah. So, soul merge basically happens after you have achieved balance. Soul merge, as I was talking about it, happens only after you have achieved the balance. And what prevents you from achieving the third eye balance are the ancestral, karmic, and past life and childhood blockages. So you have to clear the collective blockages, you have to clear the ancestral blockages, you have to clear the past life blockages, and you have to clear the childhood blockages. In other words, you have to make your unconscious conscious. Okay, you have to make your unconscious conscious, and you have to clear all the blockages in your Ida Pingala channel and reach to a state of balance, and that is when the soul merge happens. Okay, see, in the Hindu mythology, when goddess Parvati, she had married Shiva, she was not completely pure, okay. So she was in Kailash, but she still had not reached that level of balance, okay. Meaning they were married, they were living in Kailash, but they had not come to that Ardhanarishwar state. Got it? So she had some issues, and when they were doing Tantra sadhana, she, of course, being Shakti, she had this strong knowledge, strong desire for knowledge, okay. So she asked Lord Shiva to give me all this knowledge. She said, okay, we'll have to go into Tantra sadhana, okay. And he told her, you are not ready for it, because she still had to work on her chakras. Her blockages were still not cleared. Her issues were basically in the solar plexus and focus, okay. So she had karmic blockages with her divine masculine aspect, okay. But uh, despite that, she didn't listen to her husband's advice, okay. And she said, no, I want all the knowledge right now, take me for the sadhana, take me for the sadhana. And while doing the sadhana, she lost focus, started feeling sleepy. So Lord Shiva at that moment was not her husband, he was just a guru. Okay, he was dealing with her just as a guru. So he was really angry. He gave her two chances. Both the times she fell asleep, she lost her focus. So she was sent back to earth in the family of a fisherman. Okay, she was sent back in a fisherman's family to take birth as a fisherwoman, basically just to learn focus. Okay, now focus is a trait of the divine masculine. So she had not fully balanced and purified her masculine. There were some blockages in those chakras, so solar plexus. So for that reason her focus was not strong. So she was sent back on the planet. She took birth, she cleared the karma, and then again they met in 3D. Okay, Shiva came back on the planet, he married her, and then they ascended back to Kailash. Okay, they ascended back to 5D. So why am I telling you this? Because before coming to that Ardhanarishwar state, which we call the soul merge, okay, you have to clear all your issues. Okay, whether you have focus issues, whether you have stability issues, whatever issues you have with your masculine, whatever issues you have with your feminine, okay, aspects, your Ida Nadi, your Pingla Nadi, you have to clear those issues and come to a state of balance. Only then the soul merge happens. So in this, after she cleared her ancestral karma properly, she cleared all her divine masculine issues properly, then they went into deep tantra sadhana. Okay, and they were doing tantra sadhana for a long period, and we don't know whether it is months or years. Okay, but they were doing it day and night. They were doing it day and night, and there was no sleeping. There was nothing like that. There was no eating. There was no sleeping. There was just that state of work, okay, and the state of sadhana. So both of them did this sadhana, and after that the soul merge happened. Okay, meaning the divine masculine merged with the divine feminine, and the divine feminine merged with the divine masculine. They turned into this one entity, which is the Ardhanarishwar. So that stage happens at the third eye. Okay, so you have to do, because when they were doing this sadhana, no, they were basically working on their chakra system. Okay, goddess Parvati and Lord Shiva, they were working on their chakra system. Okay, so she cleared all her ancestral issues, and then they did some deep sadhana on the chakra system, and then the soul merge happened. Okay, so then they turned into this one entity called Ardhanarishwar. So that is what we talk about. That is what we describe as the soul merge. Okay, which happens after balancing, and 696 is the number of the soul merge. Remember that. Okay. So I've explained to you 9, 69, 696, and now let's come back to 369. See, in my journey, when my psychic powers opened up temporarily, like my ear chakras and my third eye chakra opened up, my twin communicated with me telepathically, and he told me about 369. Okay, I didn't get the number 69 or 96 or 696 or 969 at that point. I just was told about 369. And when I researched 369, I realized that 369 stands for the non-physical. Okay, and I'm telling, and my twin is telling me the reunion will happen at 369. So the reunion will happen when I reach non-physical, and then I realized that non-physical is basically 5D timelines. It is not 3D timelines. It doesn't mean you turn into a spirit or something. Non-physical basically means non-3D timelines, non-polarity timelines. It's unity consciousness timelines, and timelines is your day, your 6th house. Your 6th house in astrology is what we call timelines. So either your 6th house can be polarized timelines, or your 6th house can be balanced timelines. And the sign that we use to see whether it is polarity or balance is Scorpio and Capricorn. Okay, Scorpio denotes polarity and Capricorn denotes balance, provided Saturn is in a good position. Okay, if Saturn is not in a very karmic sign, then Capricorn denotes balance in your chart. If Saturn is in a very karmic sign like Scorpio, or with other planets like Sun, uh, Moon, and if Saturn is in Libra, it denotes a lot of karmic polarity. So then the Capricorn sign will be imbalanced. Even the Aquarius sign will imbalance, because to see a sign we have to see the ruler. So I was talking about 6th house, I was talking about 5D timelines, alright. So 696 basically means you are stabilized in the 5D timelines. It means the soul merge, and it means the balance of your inner masculine feminine, and therefore your twins full awakening. Okay, so 696 is basically when the soul merge happens, and then the next stage after the soul merge is obviously the reunion. Okay, the physical reunion, which we call the harmonious reunion, because unions happen many times for those who are non-matrix twin. In a non-matrix twin relationship, uh, unions happen many times, but harmonious reunion is the final stage, the end stage. Okay, so I have explained to you about 696 5D timelines, uh, third eye awakening, third eye balance, and soul merge. Okay, so much. And I think I was giving you an example about yeah, what my twin told me. So yeah, so I was talking about 369. So 369 is basically the non-physical state, which is the 5D timelines. All right, and it's a whole skill of how to create 5D timelines, because you can create 5D timelines only when your third eye is balanced. What I just said, 369 is third eye balance. No, 696, sorry, 696 is third eye balance, and even 369 is third eye balance. Both numbers denote third eye balance. All right, so 369, in 369, 3 denotes the physical realm, 6 denotes the astral realm, and 9 denotes the 5D realm. Okay, the higher self. Okay, basically 9 is the number of the higher self. Okay, so that's why uh, 369 is a stage that comes after the soul merge. Okay, so I just explained 696 is the stage of the soul merge, right? And 369 is the union state, the higher self state, where you or your third eye is balanced, and basically your prana is flowing in the Sushumna Nadi. Okay, so when your prana starts flowing in the Sushumna Nadi for most of the day, what happens is you come into the uh, samadhi states. Okay, so you easily experience samadhi states, but that doesn't mean that while working you are going to go in those deep samadhi states. No, that is completely in your control. Okay, you can shift to focus mode, because all the different brain states, you don't go into them spontaneously at this stage. At this stage you are very much in control. So when you are working, you're focused, maybe you are in the alpha state. Okay, and at will you are able to go into the samadhis, the different types of samadhis, but basically your prana should be flowing all the time in Sushumna Nadi. So that is what 369 is, and only when your prana is flowing in the Sushumna Nadi and your third eye is balanced, your twin can be next to you. Okay, because the moment you polarize, now the moment you polarize either into Ida or Pingla, then that is when your twin mirrors it to you. Okay, but what happens is, by the time you come to the level of 696 or you come to the level of 369, you kind of lock into that balance. Okay, because at that stage the brain hemispheric merge happens, and once the brain hemispheric merge happens, you cannot, in most cases you cannot go back to the previous state. You are stabilized in 5D. Okay, so you are a different being now. Your system is completely wired differently. Okay, so the likelihood of polarizing is always there, and the likelihood of the twin flame running away from you, separating, is always there. Okay, like if you spend a month in negativity, if you spend a month in a low vibe environment, of course you're going to probably lose that balance. Your third eye will become polarized again, your system will become polarized again, and your twin will run away from you. He will not be able to be with you physically. Okay, because twin is there with you physically in physical reunion only when prana flows in the Sushumna Nadi, which is the third eye balance. Okay, so I have explained to you about 369 now. Now let me see if I missed out anything. uh, getting prana to flow in the Sushumna Nadi, third eye balancing. Yeah, so this is about 369. So I've explained to you about 69, I've explained to you about number 9, I've explained to you about 696, 369, and the last number I want to talk about is 969. Okay, so now 969 is basically when your divine masculine is in physical reunion with you. So it is physical reunion, it's the harmonious reunion. So it is that stage where you're basically living like a couple. Okay, so maybe you're married, or maybe you're in a relationship, live-in relationship, or whatever that is for you. So your divine masculine is fully balanced at this stage. See, he's not at the beginning stage of awakening, he's not at the full awakening stage either, he's at the balanced state. That is when you start seeing 969, and this is when you start getting all that career success and whatever, but all this happens after soul merge. Okay, so now twin flames, the idea why they separated was because without a 5D being separating, you cannot experience karma. Okay, and the whole plan was to experience karma as a 3D person does, understand it, investigate the systems, so that after you come into your original 5D self, you know how the system manipulation has been done, and then you can teach others how to basically fuck the matrix. Okay, so but first you have to go down into that deep shit. Okay, you have to go down into all that karmic shit and investigate the shit. Okay, so how this shit is created on this planet. Okay, how the karma is created and maintained on the planet, and then you come back to your original self, and that is when your twins karma and your karma merge. Okay, and you become that fifth dimensional entity that you descended down from. Okay, so I'm talking about the star seeds, I'm talking about the ascended twin flames. Okay, and also I'm talking about normal people as well. Okay, because in the end of the day, you were a fifth dimensional entity as a soul. Okay, before you came down to the planet. Okay, so that is your true self, that is your true self. Okay, and no matter how much karma you have accumulated over lifetimes, you can still get back to that state, and you're supposed to get back to that state, and only when you get back to that state you can be in reunion with your other half. Okay, so 969 is a very lucky number for career and financial success and all those things, but this happens after the soul merge. Okay, and when the physical reunion happens, because as I said, 9 is the number, is a masculine number, it's a number of karmic completion, it's the number of the higher self. 969 is the number of the higher self. Okay, so 969 denotes physical reunion, it denotes career success, abundance in finances, and it is the number of the higher self. And even 369, all these numbers, 369 number of the higher self, 969 is also a number of the higher self, but especially 9 is a very masculine number. Okay, 969 also denotes crown chakra balancing and left right brain integration. Okay, so 969 I said is physical reunion. So basically it's like when you lock into that balance. Okay, and when you lock into that balance, it is you are stable in 5D, you're stable in 5D. Okay, so how your 5D reality will look will depend on your individual desires, your individual preferences, and which what is the soul identity of yours. Okay, so what kind of a world do you come from, what soul identity are you most aligned with? That is the kind of reality that will manifest for you. Okay, because for me, because you will shift into your soul tribe and all those things. Because for me, my soul identity is basically that of a soldier. Okay, so my soul tribe and my that doesn't mean I'm going to live in the forest. Okay, I'm not going to live in the forest, but that is my soul identity. Okay, so yeah, I've explained to you today about number 9, number 69, number 696, number 969, and 369. Okay, so I hope all these things are clear for you. And another thing is, I also want to talk about this beautiful piece of work here. So this has been exhibited in an exhibition, and this painting is basically a symbol for focusing on your inner masculine. Okay, this is a reminder for all the twin flames, okay, that it's not about chasing your divine masculine, it's not about chasing your DM, it's not about focusing on your DM. Actually, he is supposed to focus on you, okay, because the sun symbolizes looking at the sunflower, looking at the sun, okay. So the sunflower is completely focused on the sun, and sun is a symbol of your soul. So sun actually is a symbol of your inner masculine, which is your soul, which is your higher self, okay. So that's how this painting is very symbolic, okay. It is up for sale. I will put the link below down in my video description, and if you like it, you can buy it. It's an original, and I usually make originals. I don't sell prints because I think each artwork is so valuable. It takes such a long time to create one actually, and it has a concept behind it. It has a rich concept behind it, and especially my paintings are very healing in nature because they carry a lot of positive vibes, okay. So this is another artwork, okay. If you can see closely, it says I am, okay. So this is basically your higher self, okay, your sun and your soul. And I've been doing a lot of paintings on the sun because sun to me is actually symbolizing my higher self, okay. Sun symbolizes my higher self, sun, which is my twin flame, and sun is basically my twin flame, right? Sun is my divine masculine. So but it's the sun that is inside me, okay. It's not about focusing on the physical form of your sun, of your divine masculine. That would be chasing, that would be going into polarity, but you're focused on your inner masculine, okay. So you can, even the link to this artwork, I will put it down there. It will either take you to my Instagram page or my Facebook page, and you can inquire with me if you want to inquire about the price of this artworks, and you can have this beautiful artworks in your home, okay. So if you like today's video, you can please give it a like, please give it a thumbs up, comment if you feel like commenting something wonderful, and subscribe to my channel. If you feel guided to, you can share this video. And I hope I was able to give you some clear guidance regarding these numbers 69, 696, 369 and 969, and including number 9, okay. So I will see you sometime again, and I hope all of you will have a lovely week, and you'll progress on your twin flame journey and help to anchor the fifth dimension on the planet, which we call ascension. All right, I'll see you later.